Yeah, Spence got beef with my coach. What's good? Come see me. You want to sue him? I want to beat you up.
Yo, facts.
Facts, bro. Do. Knock out Errol. Nice.
Yo, what's good, everyone? This is Ayo Boxing from Adipa, and we're here to talk about Ryan Garcia calling out Errol Spence. And this is my second Ryan Garcia video in the day. It wasn't intentional, but once I saw what Ryan said, I had to talk about it. And as shown in the intro video, Ryan Garcia called out Errol Spence. And this isn't the first time he's mentioned Spence like this. The first time he did it was a few days before the Devin Haney fight. He was on Twitter Spaces and was the first person to officially confirm that Spence and Derrick James split, but it was also the first time we learned why they split. Ryan Garcia said that Spence was refusing to pay the money that he owes Derrick James, claiming that he paid Derrick James more while earning less money than Errol Spence did. And at that time, it was surprising news, but it was swept aside and buried underneath Ryan's pre-fight antics, so it wasn't a huge deal at the time. But with the news breaking that Derrick James has filed a lawsuit against Spence over damages he believes that he's owed from the Terrence Crawford fight, this news has captured everyone's attention in the boxing world, which prompted Ryan Garcia to call out Spence on an Instagram Live. And since Ryan beat Haney in the dominant way that he did, this call out has captured the attention of fans. The question is, will this fight even happen? To answer this question, we need to know when Spence is returning to the ring and what weight will the fight be at. As we all know, Spence lost to Crawford in the welterweight undisputed showdown last year, and leading into that fight, Spence stated that this would be his last fight at welterweight because it was hard for him to make the weight. Spence has always been a big welterweight, so he was going to move up to 154 after the fight. Most fans assumed that the Spence-Crawford rematch would take place in late 2023, but due to the beating that Spence took, his ring return has been on the hold since, especially since he had an eye surgery earlier this year. Now when it comes to Ryan, he can't make 140 anymore and stated that he will be moving up to welterweight next. He even suggested moving up to 154 to fight Fundora, but also entertained catchweight fights against 140 pounders. Based on the current information, we cannot predict when this fight will happen. The fight would have to take place at 154 because I don't see Spence going back to welterweight or fighting at a catchweight lower than 154. Ryan, however, has many options and will most likely go where the money is, which means Ryan does not need a Spence fight and probably won't take it if it doesn't favor his terms. He also doesn't have to wait for Spence to return to the ring. We also don't know if Spence even wants to fight Ryan. The last person that Spence called out was Sebastian Fundora, as he is the unified WBC WBO champion at 154. So his goals are most likely to get a Crawford rematch or go undisputed at 154. So as of now, this fight is all speculation. But let's be clear and honest, a Ryan versus Spence fight would be huge. Spence is one of the biggest names in boxing with a dedicated fan base, more so than Devin Haney. Furthermore, Spence has an entertaining style. And if you add that to Ryan's name, fan base, and style, now you're looking at a great pay-per-view fight. And this would be an easy fight to promote because you already have a storyline. Former stablemates fighting one another because Spence did not pay his trainer, so Ryan wants revenge to set the record straight. You see how easily you can sell that fight? They should hire me to promote this fight. And with Ryan's newfound personality as being a troll, and people waiting to hear what Spence has to say, the promotion would go crazy. I can easily see this fight selling out the AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas. Bernard Hopkins stated that this is the fight that they want to make next for Ryan, so we'll just have to wait and see. But can Ryan actually beat Spence? A lot of people are on the Ryan hype train right now, while no one's really talking about Spence, but I'm not going to be a victim of the moment. Spence is still a good fighter with a great resume, and Spence is a big dude. Ryan's also big, but he hasn't competed at 154 or above 140. He would have to jump up 2 weight divisions to fight Spence. That's a tall task for anyone, and from a style standpoint, Spence may have the advantage. Ryan does well against pressure fighters who come forward, but with Spence being a southpaw, I can see him taking away the left hand and hook from Ryan, similar to what Tank did. Ryan has speed but not the footwork like Crawford did to neutralize Spence. Truth be told, Spence might beat up Ryan badly and I would favor him to win, but you also remember that Ryan's being trained by Derrick James, which knows all Spence's tendencies, so that will be a major factor in that fight. But who knows, this is boxing, anything can happen. But thank you for tuning in with Ayo Boxing from Adiba, hit like, subscribe, and more content's coming your way.